Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Okay. Now, are you looking at giving marriage another shot, or
Of course. Of course I will. You know, people ask me that question a lot. Are you thinking about remarrying and all of that? I say, yes, I am. Forget what is happening with marriages today. Marriages breaking up, people coming on social media and, you know, divorcing their spouses. Yes, people decide how and why they want to do the things that they do. Despite the crazy things going on in some marriages, marriage is beautiful. I didn't stay long in it. It was a very unfortunate one. It was very short for me. Although that short time.
How long you together?
It was for 14 months. And of those 14 months, he was sick for 8 months.
Wow.
You know, so it was very short. I was just warming up to begin to enjoy it. And the devil just came in. And when we talk about the devil, sometimes we try to blame the devil. But it's always good for people to understand what your health status is. Take care of yourself so you can prepare yourself for what's to come. So back to your question, am I thinking of remarrying? Yes, why not? If I meet a great guy who would be ready to understand the woman that I am, and I'm able to understand who this person is also, yes, I'll give it a shot. It's a beautiful place, and I'd like to try it again.
Okay. Now, you know, for every man and for every woman, like I have my own spec, I know you also have your spec. I mean,
are you setting me up? You want to set me up?
Let's have the pictures of, you know, what kind of man?
For me, what kind of man do I want to settle down with? Someone who understands. Because at this level now, love is not the only thing that is going to keep me in marriage. Next year, I'm going to be 50 next year, in May. May 2023, I'll step into the big 5-0. And I'm not looking to be in a marriage or even a relationship with someone who does not understand. Understanding it's a lot for me. You need to understand yourselves. When I say to you, look, this is where I'm going, you're not looking over your shoulders to say, is that exactly where it is that she's going? So for me, let me just quickly answer that. Someone who understands, a man who has a means of, he has a job. When we talk about a job, it doesn't mean that you have to work with someone. You have something that you're doing. You're financially stable, if you understand what I mean. That's just it for me.
You sound like someone who is seeing someone at the moment. If I may ask, are you in a relationship? Are you seeing someone of your hoping to?
As you didn't tell me this is a relationship program. You know, I don't like to talk about this.
You know what I like about talking to you. You're also a journalist, so you understand what is going on. Now we need to another question, and another question will lead to another one. I mean, they've turned into, but I mean, yes.
Azu Irene Zay, no, I am not.
Okay, but you're
I'm not.
You're open to
very open to it. If I'm not, I would have just found my way to the convent or maybe just go become a nun. But I'm not. There's so many. Two is better than one. At least you have someone to talk to. You understand what I'm saying?
I love your spirit. Now, so what would be your advice, you know, to young widows, you know?
Ooh, that's a very good question. To very young widows. I have like 70 or 80 of them in my network. Wow. You know, it's so interesting that I even started to reach out to widows and take care of them like 8 or 10 years before I fell into that category. Let me also mention here that it is not something that you plan that will happen. For some people, it happens early on in life. I've met young people as young as 21, 22 who are widows with children. Then there are people who are very old. Some are old. My parents are still alive and they are going on, I think, 56 or how many years now in marriage. So widowhood is not something that you plan, so it can happen at any time. So let's talk about the young widows that you've talked about. Before anything happens to you, you need to understand that being financially independent, it makes a lot of sense. Because when you depend solely on a man, and tomorrow the man is not there, you are finished. And that's what I found out in a lot of people, a lot of young widows, when I come together to talk to them, give them stuff, because people have supported me over time. There's a gentleman who has supported about 50 widows in my network. And he says to me, look, just reach out to them. And I say to them, look, people are doing this without even knowing you. Because I stopped this idea of putting them in, taking photographs of them and sharing. I felt it was debasing as it is. So I say to them, find something to do. Even if you're selling pure water, be responsible so that whoever is going to help you will see that you're trying. So the advice is just for you to understand that you must get something doing. Yes, you could marry a rich man tomorrow, but what are you doing with yourself? We find that stories change at some point. Doing with your hands, if it's to go to school, get educated or learn a trade, learn a skill so that you're not totally down and out when misfortune comes